Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about tensional or heartbreaking laws that have been implemented or is ongoing in Greece for the immigrants or undocumented immigrants. So I have a guest. I'm so excited that lately I'm having more guest posts to be specific. And I'll be talking to Theo. Theo is located in Athens, and we're going to discuss about the new immigration law that is ongoing or was discussed end of March. Did you know that you can get up to 5 years imprisonment if you get caught illegally in Greece? So if you're an undocumented immigrant and you get arrested, you will get, or you can get up to 5 years imprisonment. Yes, that's our discussion today.
Your attention, please.
Are you bumping onto my channel for the first time? Don't hesitate. Just click on the subscription button below, turn on the notification, of course, comment what you'd like to hear me talk about on this channel. I'll be more than glad to try my best to deliver. Are you a returning viewer or subscriber? You know I love you. Thank you so much for the consistency. So let's go ahead and listen to what Theo is going to tell us. The education we're going to learn. Remember, all is not bad news. We have good news at the end of this video. So keep watching. If you're an asylum seeker or if you're a refugee, let's say, in Greece and you have documents, then we have good news for you. So keep watching. Okay, so I have Theo here today, and Theo is going to be discussing, or we're going to be discussing about Greek new immigration law that is causing a bit of tension. So I'm going to let Theo introduce himself, and then we can proceed. Continue, Theo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yerbanga Sugulinoma Teofil. I'm from Burkina Faso, and I have been living in Greece the last 17 years, and working, of course, here the last 17 years. Basically, I'm working the call center also at night, and yeah, that's exactly what I do. So thank you everyone also for watching, and thank you for hosting this discussion and inviting me.
You're more than welcome, Theo, and it was great that I could get you, to be honest, to have this discussion, more importantly, about Greece. So we're gonna have some questions that I collected and discussed them bit by bit, so we can know what exactly is going on in Greece today. As of March, there was a new law that was implemented, and that is to take away the option to have permit as an undocumented immigrant, and also you can face up to 5 years in prison. So
Yes.
the first question that I have for Theo is that under the immigration, how has the Greece 2025 immigration law changed the process of asylum seekers and residency?
Okay, well, now I think it's almost in all Europe, so they are trying to change all the laws, but are trying to make it more difficult because it's the first entry, door of entry for immigrants. And now they have, with the new immigration ministry, they are trying to introduce, let's just say that is now a law bill. So they are going to vote it for sure. This month, it's they already introduced and expressed the idea. Let's clarify this. So for asylum seekers anymore, if your application have been rejected, you don't have any right again to apply, and you don't have even any right to get a legal residency permit in Greece anymore. So the only thing left for you is to a voluntary departure. this way for all undocumented um, migrants being living in Greece. Before you have the right for after 7 years to apply for a residency permit, but unfortunately now they are trying to cancel also this one, so you don't have the right anymore to apply for this. And the very important thing to mention is that the government is not communicating a lot about all these reforms they are trying to introduce. So even the lawyers, the immigration lawyers qualified, they don't have actually access to many of informations. So it's like everyone is in the black, and we are expecting until maybe the law are voted so that we learn more about all the changes that they are going to proceed. But mostly it's these two impact for asylum seekers and for migrants who didn't have also who wanted to introduce for the 7 years.
So you, unless you talk to someone who has an idea, you don't get this information openly on the website.
Exactly, exactly. We don't communicate much on those aspects. Nothing. We
Because
don't have yeah.
mhm. I read that the prime minister was gonna really likes the idea, so they're gonna pass it through, and their intention is to turn Greece into more of expert city and not undocumented immigrants anymore. The second question is, what are the biggest legal challenges faced by migrants in Greece today?
Well, the biggest legal challenges is the access to the legal representations. First of all, because we don't have any support here for, let's say, lawyers dedicated to migrants, basically, and also like in terms of deportation, when for illegal immigrants and when they are facing deportation, departed, and they don't have the right to see unless you have money to get your own lawyer. And you can try to see with a lawyer what are the men, what you can do, how you can proceed, unless it's and also access to the information, as we said before, to the legal information. It's very difficult. First of all, I think it's a matter of language barrier, because if you, most of them, even in the legal, the normal Greek website, it's in the beginning, in the intro, it's you have a right to choose also Greek or English, and as you proceed, you only see Greek. So even if you are willing, you are not you don't speak Greek, and you want to learn by your own things, you go to the website, you only see the informations as you proceed in Greek. So some of them, they are, it's very difficult, very legal challenge for them to know all the aspects of the immigration in Greece, and basically access to lawyers, access to even to the court if you want to make an appeal with the court. This is the main, the biggest challenge from many people I talk to.
So, having access to the right information, having access to legal office, it's very difficult. And I think it's also difficult getting access to even learning the language, because I don't think it's free in Greece unless it has changed lately.
Greece has implemented before, but now it doesn't exist. Some churches are trying to help, but it's once like every week, and for 1 hour. The maximum is 2 hours. So it's very difficult. A lot of organizations, before they tried it, before the previous, with the previous government, we had access to a lot of things, but now with this government, now it's a little bit more complicated to learn Greek, and if you are in Greece, very difficult. I think this is one of the matters the government should work on if they want to allow to facilitate migrants integration in Greece. It's very
So,
difficult. There's no, as far as I know now, only one or two are
okay,
providing free
okay.
courses.
Well, that makes sense why the integration is quite difficult in Greece, because you don't find a lot of things easily accessible. And I thought the law was a bit too harsh,
Yes.
especially in a country that most things are not accessible. So, like, language is not a free, and government offices are not easily accessible, and law offices are not easily accessible. So, it's very harsh to treat an undocumented immigrants with such a slap on the face, to begin with, before they actually made the society to be even easier to integrate to. So it's good that you mentioned about the not no access to free language schools. And
Yes.
what are the best resources for immigrants to learn Greek and adapt to local culture, though? Is there any that you can suggest?
To have some friends, if you can have some friends, some Greek friends, whether at your work or outside, in order first of all to get to know them, to discuss with them, and also try to with them. You can have a small book, and with the small book, if you have a friend, they can help you slowly to try to learn the language. For me, this is the first resource if you want to learn a language. But we know it's not easy because some people are working with co-workers that are limited in their mind, and after even it's just like work and finish. If
Yeah,
and exactly, and even some online, there are some dictionaries that I always advise sometimes to people to try at the free time to try to read, to download in your language, because some of them speak either English or French. So you can have some book, some dictionary online, or even in the library, so that you can try slowly to read, also to get to Greek basic words, if in terms of daily life. This is the best advices and the best resources for me. But it's not easy to get a Greek friend that is going to help you. Very difficult. I have been in this situation. I
yeah.
have tried, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
But you speak Greek, so it's much when you start to speak Greek, it's much easier to interact with people. I think the best way for me is to learn to just interact with whoever you meet and practice, because you will not be able to find a class or a school that will
Yes.
admit you and you learn the language. So that's another downfall that the government should work on. Provide access to some free language education. I mean, it should be available for people.
Here I can also add that it's also a matter of money. Like when you don't work, and you don't have nothing, even if you want to participate, even to travel, to get to know like Greek islands, or that here we have many and very beautiful. It's very money is very important. You want to visit, you don't have money, so many people are staying in Athens, not even being able to visit even the museum here in Athens because of money. So this is another also, according to me, another problem, also economic problem. Because without money, you want to know, because the culture is not just to talk, it's also to know the story. It's also to visit
Absolutely.
to go to the museum, the touristic web sites, to get to know the country also. And without
Yeah.
money and without papers, with the fear to be arrested by the police. So some are close to themselves, and
So freedom is a problem. Financial status is a problem, and also the lack of language is a case that is affecting a lot of
yes,
immigrants
yes,
to be able
yes.
to move around. Well, it's a bit of a shame, though. So, how does Greece education system support migrant children? Since you have a child, and
Yes,
child is going through the system, and of course, you've met other parents, especially from your own country, from
yes.
Africa in general. How do they take the Greek educational system compared to, let's say, your country? And is it better? Is it worse? Is it okay? Is it the same? What would you take? What would be your take on that?
It's much more better here because we can not only for migrants families, but for Greek families also. No, because when the child has some issues, some specific issues with the pronunciation, with the language, or with the concentration at school, they can provide them specific assistance to follow those kids also. First of all, you have to pay because I've been through this with my kids. So you have to pay, and then the government, after some time frame, reimburse you the money you have been paying for it. So for me, it's okay. But for the specific children in the camps, that is a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult because sometimes immigrants are undocumented immigrants or asylum seekers. They are moving from. That for me is a little bit difficult for migrants because if your kid is in the school, at least they respect the kids, they take care of the kids as even ever you are migrants or you are Greek. So in this part, yeah, it's very good.
So the education system is quite okay. What I always feel a bit concerned about is if you're an immigrant and you got to a certain level of education, let's say high school, and still the Greek system when it comes to working environment, they don't give a chance to these young teenagers to work freely because there is a lot of trust issue, discrimination, and a lot behind that because the children have gone through the same system as the Greeks. But what creates the issue of having a teenage work?
Yeah, let me explain you one. I have a friend of mine. He was from Congo, so
Mhm,
he studied. He made his master in the economic university in Greece. So
mhm.
one day he was going to an interview, like job interview. So, and he went to the interview. At the door, the security stopped him. What are you coming to? What are you looking at? Yeah, really. Yes.
No.
Yeah, really, really, really. And he was like, I came for the interview. Ah, okay. He was like so surprised that, okay, this one is black, he's coming here, it's an interview. He couldn't imagine that, okay, someone, can you imagine? And the worst is that, so he let him in. As he was getting inside, he just called someone inside. There is one black coming here. I don't know what is coming. What, really, it's like before coming to the interview, he knows
Yeah.
his qualification. He has his degrees. He knows that the interview is happening here today. But can you imagine the mentality? It's like,
Yeah, I can imagine, and
yeah,
I think that's the shock that I received when I came to Sweden. I
yeah,
found out that it doesn't matter the color.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter where you're coming from. As long as you can do the job, you're
Yeah,
allowed to do the job. And of course, the system in Sweden, they want you to be aligned with the educational system here. As long as you
wow.
can go to school, you get at least the degree in Sweden, then you can find a job in relation to your qualification, which I think Greece needs to work on that. I don't know what it is. I think it will be nice if they can mingle with other people when it comes to exploring the experience and qualifications.
Yeah.
Are the government programs helping immigrants settle and find housing in general?
Okay. First of all, there is no program. Let's say there is no program right now.
Yeah.
Before, we had a lot of NGOs that were helping, at least to settle. They were organizing some camps also. They were interacting with migrants a lot. And also for asylum seekers, they were finding houses. Okay, of course, paid by the European Union.
In one way or another, if they can provide you housing, if they can provide you somewhere to stay as an immigrant, it's way better than just wandering around the street. I think
Exactly.
that's good. Now, coming to work, from my experience, there are a couple of national, I mean, international companies in Greece, more of customer service or sales kind of jobs. But beside the tourism industry that hires immigrants or foreign workers, do you know any other now, like as we are talking today, any open Greek sector that says we're hiring foreigners?
As you said, it's only in the touristic industry, also in construction, the port of Perama or Perea.
Yeah,
And now some markets are starting to hire foreigners. Before, we were not seeing like a cashier. Now we see more and more. Also, that is very good. That I really appreciate because at least you get in, you see some colors. Before it was like a unicolor, but now it's more.
yeah.
Yeah, you can meet someone greet him, and it's very good. Only in those industries. Also, as you mentioned, in the color centers also. So, like
Okay,
the
well, that's
construction,
a good news.
yeah,
That,
constructions. We have many people working in the constructions. They
yeah,
don't have any problem there because they need strong people. So,
that's for sure. And are immigrants protected under Greek labor law, or do they face exploitation?
Okay, if the Greek labor laws are a little bit difficult to understand for we migrants, everything. So many people, unfortunately, they don't even know the law. And that's first of all. So I cannot tell you exactly. I have experienced people having a problem with the work, and some of them they don't have legal papers because they can use another one paper to work. So if the boss knows about that, he can threaten him. I will fire you or I will go to the police. But this one also doesn't know that maybe he's covered. He's going to get in trouble, but also the employee is
Yeah,
going to get in trouble also. It's everyone is losing. Even they can just treat them like you will never get a job in Greece if so
it's
we don't know
difficult.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, since there are so many people who actually work using other people's documents, so I kind of get it. So it's like, okay, whatever you have, as long as you can do the job,
Yes. Yes. Please.
what would be your advice, or what would you tell undocumented migrants in Greece? And what is your advice to those who are thinking to cross over to Greece illegally?
Well, what do I have to tell to an undocumented migrant now? If it's
Yeah,
like now, if I would try to tell him to find another way, or to get out of Greece, or just for a voluntary departure. Because, first of all, they're going to keep you. And I'm sure they're going to do it because the actual Ministry of Immigration is very hard. So they're going to do it. And they want also to show to Europe that they are strong. So they're going to do it. They're going to take a small part of people in order to show as example. So for me, it's not to then to be losing time like 3 years. It's 3 to 5 years, up to 5 years. Then also you are facing a financial fine.
yeah.
Also, this is what up to 10,000 if you
Yeah,
are
it's up to
illegal
yeah, it's up
now.
to 10,000.
Exactly.
That's a
If
lot
the,
of money.
I'm just asking myself, the guy is in the prison. How is he gonna pay this 10,000? You're going to make pressure on his family to bring the money to return him, first of all. Second, let's not forget that also the countries, like in my country, they wouldn't accept to take back people. So how are they going to do it? Are they going to take me to another country when I'm not a citizen of this country? So all this, okay, they will find solutions for sure. But for me, it doesn't worth it. Really, it doesn't worth it. Before it worth it to be in Europe, I'm answering to the second question, but now really it doesn't worth it to take all the risk to come here, to get into prison, and to have a fine also to pay.
Yeah.
You will not, they said, they made it clear they will never give a paper until maybe another government comes and changes the law again. Now they made it clear they will never give if you don't have any other possibility to apply for your asylum application. It's over. You will never get a legal paper in Greece. So
That's all
I
gone.
don't
The
think that
dream
is
is
worth
gone.
it. Yeah.
The dream is
So I don't
completely
know.
gone. So, your
Exactly.
advice to those who are thinking about crossing to Greece from Turkey, let's say, for example,
Yes, for
they
example.
should choose a different country.
Which is a little bit difficult because in order to go to another country, you have to pass from Greece. If
Yeah,
they
yeah,
catch you,
yeah.
it's straight to the camp or to the jail. And you know, now, sorry to let me add this because this is a recent law, but a lot of people didn't see it. What they're gonna do is like all the undocumented people, they're gonna take them and we're gonna put them to specific camps, to small villages who have less than 2,000 citizens.
I mean, okay,
Yes,
habitat. Okay,
yes, habitants.
okay.
Yes, and this is what they're gonna do. So those cities also are trying now. They learn about it, and they are trying to organize themselves to avoid the government to bring the
People
people there.
across.
Yeah.
Well, it makes total sense. So if you've been in peace and
Yes.
immigration comes with a lot of changes, so you have to adjust and make quite a lot of adjustment in your leaving. So I can understand a small town in Greece having so
Yeah.
many people from other parts of the world coming in and
Exactly.
working in
Yes.
there. It will be a bit difficult. There's
Difficult.
something else that I wanted to add because people might think that, oh, it's all bad. It's something that doesn't work. This is one of the things that I wanted to let people know. Good news. I don't know if you're familiar with it. That if you're a
Yes. Yes.
refugee and you do have a permit, then you can, as in you've been documented as a refugee, you can get a resident permit. Are you aware of this?
Yes. 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 And even the passport. Yes. Yes. I'm aware of it.
So I'm trying to get people to know that, okay, even though it's all bad news, but if you get yourself to be documented, then you are lucky enough to be able to travel, and of course even bring your family across. that is
Yes.
uh, that is what I wanted to let them know as well as a good news. Theo, it was really,
Yes.
really nice having you. I'm so
Thank
glad,
you.
and
Thank
the
you.
discussion
Me
can
too.
go and go and
Thank
go,
you.
and we will
Thank
never
you.
finish when it comes to immigration. So,
Exactly.
what I would say is thank you for accepting my
Thank you
request to
too.
come to
Thank you.
talk to
Thank you.
my
Thank you
people,
too.
and
Thank you too.
hopefully I will have you again.
Yes. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you are doing well. Keep informing people. And I hope that at least we will do something good in terms of informing people and trying to help people. Kudos to you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much. You
Have a
take care for
nice
now.
week. Thank you. Greetings to the family. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. So, guys, that was Theo, and he gave you a glimpse of what's happening in Greece. I hope you will learn from it. One more thing that I wanted to show you so you are aware about how you can go to avoiding this kind of things happening to you, how you can learn some things. So, you must know as an immigrant in Greece legal and residency strategies, seek alternative residency option if worse gets to worse, understand the asylum process, that's very, very important, and avoid deportation risk by stay informed on appeal rights. And you have to also be checking on the safe third country agreements when it comes to being deported to that country, because you'll be taken to that country. So just make sure you are aware of it. Work and integration alternatives. Secure work permit before arriving in Greece, before the arrival. Just make sure you do that. Enroll in a language school and integration programs. Though there is no free language school in Greece, but you can actually do an online course, YouTube, or groups in general. So, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment what you'd like to hear on my channel in general, and I will be more than glad to deliver. Subscribe. This information might not be so useful to you who is watching, but maybe it might help somebody else. So care to share. Till next time, I love you guys.